Terence Crawford just came forward with his response to Pac-Man, and guess what? He agreed to fight him. I mean, who would have seen that coming? First things first, let's talk about Terence "Bud" Crawford. This guy is no stranger to the limelight. He's a master of the ring, a maestro of versatility. You see, Crawford can switch between orthodox and southpaw stances like flipping a light switch. It's like trying to predict the weather in Texas. 1 minute you're sweating bullets, the next you're in a downpour. His fight IQ, off the charts, and he's got a power-packed arsenal in both hands that can turn lights out in an instant. Sure, he's got his critics, those who question the quality of his opposition, but when it comes to facing challenges, Crawford never backs down. And speaking of challenges, in steps the legend himself, Manny "Pac-Man" Pacquiao. This man is synonymous with blistering speed, dazzling footwork, and a ferocious fighting spirit. His whirlwind combinations have left opponents bewildered and beaten for years. His angles of attack, well, they're like a beautifully choreographed dance, and his aggression knows no bounds. Many fighters have tried to solve the Pacquiao puzzle and have come up short. "I've been waiting for this moment for a long time," declares Crawford, his voice dripping with determination. "Manny's a legend, no doubt about it, but this is my time, and I'm ready to prove it." Pacquiao, ever the stoic warrior, responds with quiet confidence. "I've faced them all, and I've beaten them all," he asserts. "Crawford's just another name on the list. I'll show the world why I'm still the best." Now, before you start popping the champagne, there's a twist. This news, as exciting as it sounds, is still unconfirmed. Both camps are keeping things on the down low, waiting for that official announcement to drop. It's like watching a suspenseful thriller, and fans are eagerly awaiting the plot twist. In a world where legacies are built on battles fought and rivals conquered, Crawford versus Pacquiao at 147 pounds promises to be a modern-day gladiatorial spectacle. It's the kind of fight that transcends weight classes and generations, where greatness is etched through sweat, blood, and sheer determination. So make sure to stay tuned, because the countdown to the ultimate showdown has officially begun. But guess what? There's more spice to this boxing tale. Rumor has it that Crawford might be a tad bit hesitant to accept Pacquiao's challenge at 147 pounds. They say he's concerned about how the catchweight might affect his performance. Now, remember, these are just rumors floating around, but they sure add an extra layer of intrigue to the story, don't they? Let's dive deeper into this thrilling saga. Manny Pacquiao, a living legend, dropped a bombshell when he expressed his desire to square off against Terence Crawford. This revelation sent shockwaves throughout the boxing universe. Manny had been on a bit of a hiatus since his humbling defeat to Yordenis Ugas in 2021, and it seems like that loss has lit a fire under him, fueling his comeback aspirations. Now, when you talk about Terence Crawford, you're talking about one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. He's become a force to be reckoned with, and every fighter dreams of stepping into the ring with him. So it was no surprise that Manny Pacquiao had him in his sights. But here's the kicker. For this epic showdown to happen, they need to agree on a catchweight. And Manny Pacquiao, well, he's standing his ground at 147 pounds. You see, both Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford have navigated their way through various weight divisions throughout their careers, often intersecting in different weight classes. Manny has moved up the weight ladder from flyweight all the way to welterweight, while Crawford has made his mark in divisions like lightweight, junior welterweight, and welterweight. Although their paths have crossed in terms of weight classes, a catchweight is essential to make this highly anticipated bout a reality. Manny Pacquiao is resolute about facing Terence Crawford, eager to provide fans with a super fight as part of his comeback. He's not one to twiddle his thumbs, waiting for Crawford's response. As of now, we're still waiting to hear from Team Crawford. But when you look at Crawford's recent victory over Errol Spence Jr. in July 2023, solidifying his status as one of the top fighters in the game, it's hard to imagine why he wouldn't jump at this chance. However, Crawford must keep an eye on the clock. He's 36 years old, an age where many boxers start contemplating retirement. To cement his legacy in the annals of boxing history, he must continue facing significant opponents. And Manny Pacquiao, with his legendary status, is the kind of opponent that can secure Crawford's place in the pantheon of boxing greats. Sure, there are other fighters eyeing Crawford like Devin Haney and Canelo Alvarez, but Manny Pacquiao is ready to go the moment that fight is confirmed. Crawford has an opportunity knocking at his door. All he needs to do is answer it. This potential clash between Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford promises to be an explosive event. It's not only going to generate massive pay-per-view revenue, but is also set to be a spectacle for boxing fans across the globe. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the fight. Terence Crawford brings a boatload of skills to the ring. He's like a Swiss Army knife of boxing, effortlessly switching between orthodox and southpaw stances. It's like trying to predict the stock market. One moment it's up, the next it's down. His fight IQ, off the charts, and those fists of his, well, they're like dynamite sticks. He's got power in both hands and can finish fights with pinpoint precision. His defensive skills are top-notch too. Think head movement, footwork, and reflexes that would make Neo from The Matrix jealous. He's a master at avoiding punches. But, and there's always a but, sometimes Crawford starts fights cautiously. He takes his time, maybe a round or two, to feel out his opponent. This can put him at a slight disadvantage early on if he doesn't make up for it later. Plus, some folks out there argue that Crawford's experience is limited to lower-tier opponents in his weight classes, despite his undeniable talent. On the flip side, let's talk about Manny Pacquiao. This guy's got more strengths than a superhero in a Marvel movie. His speed? It's like he's got jet engines in his shoes. He darts in and out, delivering combinations that feel like a meteor shower hitting you. His angles of attack? It's like watching a magic show. He moves laterally, throwing punches from angles that defy physics, and he's relentless like a bulldog on a bone. High punch output, relentless aggression. He's a force of nature in the ring, and he's got the uncanny ability to adapt his style on the fly, exploiting his opponent's weaknesses like a seasoned chess player. But there's a catch here too. Manny Pacquiao hasn't stepped into the ring since 2021, and that's a potential red flag. Ring rust is real, folks, and it can dull even the sharpest blades. Plus, his aggressive style can sometimes leave him open to counterpunches, especially against technically sound opponents. Now hold on to your hats because here comes the twist in the story. If Terence Crawford decides to pass on this epic showdown, Manny Pacquiao's got a plan B, and it's a doozy. Brace yourselves. Manny is thinking about a rematch with none other than Floyd Money Mayweather. The mere mention of this matchup has sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Imagine it. A second encounter between these two legends. Their first meeting was one for the ages, one of the highest grossing pay-per-view events in history, raking in an astonishing $410 million in revenue. Manny Pacquiao dropped a hint during a Risen Fighting Federation event in Japan, saying he's ready for the rematch. Both fighters are retired, mind you, so this would be an exhibition match. But fans are still itching to see how these aging legends would fare against each other, given their time away from the ring. In conclusion, the world of boxing is in for a wild ride with the possibility of Manny Pacquiao taking on Terence Crawford. It's a fight that promises to be an absolute barn burner, with two incredible fighters bringing their A-game to the ring. We're all waiting with bated breath for Terence Crawford's response. And if he declines, well, get ready for a rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, a match that could rewrite the history books once again. These developments have injected new life and excitement into professional boxing, and fans are chomping at the bit to see what happens next. Manny Pacquiao's choice of opponent, be it Terence Crawford or Floyd Mayweather, will shape the sport's future and provide us with unforgettable moments in the ring. So stay tuned, folks. Until next time, peace out.